Do you ever feel like your thoughts are your worst enemy? Like no matter how hard you try, anxiety and despair pull you deeper into the darkness? What if I told you that the secret to overcoming these emotions has been known for over 2,000 years? Welcome to Stoic Blessing, where we unravel ancient wisdom and apply it to modern challenges. In this video, we'll explore how Stoicism, one of the most practical philosophies, can help you regain control over your mind and emotions. We'll also uncover the darker psychological truths about why your mind fights you and how you can win that battle. By the end of this video, you'll have a step-by-step roadmap to use Stoic principles to conquer anxiety and depression, so stay with me and let's begin this transformative journey. Before we dive in, comment below, "I am the master of my mind." Let's claim that power together. Number 1. The power of perception. What if I told you that most of your anxiety doesn't come from what's happening to you, but from the way you think about it? The Stoics believed that it's not events themselves that disturb us, but how we interpret them. Epictetus, one of the great Stoic philosophers, said, "Men are disturbed not by things, but by the views they take of them." Let's break that down. Imagine being stuck in traffic. One person might feel anger and frustration, while another sees it as an opportunity to reflect or enjoy music. The situation is the same, but the perception, that changes everything. Now think about the last time anxiety hit you. Maybe you lost a job, felt rejected, or things simply didn't go your way. Your mind likely spiraled into thoughts like, "This is the end," or "I'll never recover." But what if you could stop, step back, and reframe? Instead of seeing it as a setback, what if you saw it as a chance to grow? Ask yourself, what can I learn from this? And how can this make me stronger? Here's the truth. Your mind loves to focus on threats. It's a survival instinct. But Stoicism teaches us that we have the power to rise above that default setting. The stories your mind tells aren't always true, and you have the power to rewrite them. By changing your perception, you change your reality. Here's something practical. The next time you feel overwhelmed, pause and ask yourself, is this feeling coming from the situation or the story I'm telling myself about it? This simple question can break the emotional grip anxiety has on you. If this resonates, let's affirm it together. Comment below, "I choose how I see my life." By writing this, you're taking a powerful first step to reclaim your mind and reshape your emotions, and we're just getting started. In the next section, we'll uncover a game-changing principle from Stoicism, focusing only on what you can control. Stick with me. It's about to transform the way you see the world. Number 2. Control what you can control. Let me ask you a question. How much of your anxiety comes from obsessing over things you can't control? The Stoics believed that peace comes from understanding one simple truth. There are things within your control, and there are things outside of it. This is known as the dichotomy of control, and it's one of the most powerful tools for managing anxiety and depression. Here's how it works. Imagine you're preparing for a big job interview. You can control how much you practice, how you dress, and how you present yourself, but you can't control the interviewer's mood, the competition, or the outcome. Most of our anxiety comes from trying to control those external things. But the Stoics teach us to let go of what's outside our power and focus only on what we can change. Marcus Aurelius put it perfectly. You have power over your mind, not outside events. Realize this, and you will find strength. The key to freedom is understanding where your influence ends and surrendering the rest. Anxiety loses its grip when you stop fighting battles you were never meant to fight. Here's a practical exercise. When you feel overwhelmed, take a piece of paper and divide it into 2 columns. In one column, write what you can control. In the other, write what you can't. Focus your energy only on the first column. You'll be amazed at how much lighter you feel when you release what's out of your hands. Let's make this shift together. Comment below, "I focus only on what I can control." By writing this, you're committing to a mindset that breaks the chains of unnecessary worry. Next, we'll explore an ancient Stoic practice that might surprise you, embracing discomfort to build unshakable resilience. Stay with me, because this is where transformation begins. Number 3, embracing discomfort. Here's a hard truth. Most of us spend our lives avoiding discomfort. But what if I told you that running from discomfort is exactly what fuels anxiety and depression? The Stoics believed the opposite, that leaning into discomfort is what makes us stronger. Seneca said, "Difficulties strengthen the mind, as labor does the body." The Stoics didn't shy away from challenges. They welcomed them. Why? Because they saw discomfort as an opportunity to build resilience. The more you face hardship, the less it controls you. Think about it. Anxiety often comes from fearing the unknown or trying to escape discomfort. But when you voluntarily expose yourself to difficult situations, you take away their power. You realize that they aren't as overwhelming as you once believed, and each time you grow stronger. Here's something simple you can try. Take one small, uncomfortable action every day. It could be waking up earlier, taking a cold shower, or tackling that task you've been procrastinating on. These small acts build mental resilience, and over time, you'll find that discomfort no longer has the same hold over you. If this resonates, let's affirm it together. Comment below, "I grow stronger through challenges." By writing this, you're choosing to embrace growth over fear, just like the Stoics. In the next section, we'll dive into a powerful Stoic practice that helps you prepare for anything: negative visualization. It may sound counterintuitive, but it's a tool that can change your life. Stick around. This is where the journey deepens. Number 4, negative visualization. What if imagining the worst could actually help you live your best life? The Stoics practiced something called negative visualization, and it's one of the most profound tools for overcoming anxiety and finding peace. Here's how it works. Instead of avoiding thoughts about what could go wrong, you intentionally imagine the worst-case scenario, but not to scare yourself. The goal is to mentally prepare and realize that even if the worst happens, you have the strength to endure it. For example, let's say you're worried about losing your job. Instead of letting that fear control you, imagine what would actually happen. Yes, it might be difficult at first, but could you survive? Could you find another job or lean on friends and family for support? The Stoics believed that by facing these fears head-on, you can rob them of their power. Marcus Aurelius said, "You have power over your mind, not outside events. Realize this, and you will find strength." When you practice negative visualization, you prepare yourself emotionally, so you're not caught off guard if something does go wrong. And here's the unexpected bonus. It makes you more grateful for what you have right now. Take a moment today to practice this. Choose one thing you're anxious about and imagine the worst-case scenario. Ask yourself, what would I do if this actually happened? How would I adapt? You'll find that what once felt terrifying now feels manageable. Let's affirm this together. Comment below, "I am prepared for anything life throws at me." By doing this, you're training your mind to face life with courage and gratitude. Next, we'll explore another key Stoic principle: living in harmony with nature and accepting life's natural cycles. Stay with me. This is where true peace begins to unfold. Number 5, living in accordance with nature. Have you ever felt like you're swimming against the current, struggling to control things that just won't go your way? The Stoics believed that true peace comes from living in harmony with nature, accepting life's natural cycles and the way things unfold. To the Stoics, living in accord with nature meant understanding that the world has a natural order and fighting against it only brings unnecessary suffering. Think about it. The seasons change, people come and go, and life is full of ups and downs. Anxiety often arises when we resist these changes, wishing things could stay the same or turn out differently. Epictetus said, "Don't seek for everything to happen as you wish it would, but rather wish that everything happens as it actually does." In other words, acceptance doesn't mean giving up. It means aligning your actions with what is within your power and letting go of resistance to what is not. Here's a practice for you. When life feels overwhelming, take a moment to observe the world around you. Notice how nature adapts to change effortlessly. Trees lose their leaves, rivers flow around obstacles, and animals adjust to the seasons. Let this be a reminder that you too are capable of adapting. Acceptance doesn't mean you're passive. It means you act where you can and surrender where you must. This mindset not only reduces anxiety, but also helps you live in the present moment, instead of constantly worrying about the future or dwelling on the past. Let's affirm this together. Comment below, "I flow with the rhythm of life." By writing this, you're choosing to embrace life's natural changes instead of resisting them. In the next section, we'll discuss one of the most powerful tools the Stoics use to clear their minds and process their emotions: journaling and self-reflection. This is where clarity and peace truly begin. Stick with me. Number 6. Journaling and reflection. When was the last time you sat down with your thoughts, really sat with them, and tried to untangle the chaos in your mind? The Stoics knew the power of self-reflection, and journaling was one of their most important practices. It's how they made sense of their emotions, cleared their minds, and stayed grounded. Marcus Aurelius, one of the greatest Stoic philosophers, wrote his famous Meditations as a personal journal. He didn't write it for fame or recognition. He wrote it to remind himself how to live virtuously and stay focused, even in the face of uncertainty. Journaling isn't just writing words on paper. It's a conversation with yourself. It allows you to reflect on your day, examine your thoughts, and identify the beliefs that might be fueling your anxiety or sadness. Through this process, you gain clarity, and what once felt overwhelming starts to make sense. Here's how you can start. At the end of each day, take 5 to 10 minutes to write about your experiences. Ask yourself, what went well today? What didn't go as planned? And how can I respond better next time? What am I grateful for today? This practice helps you track your growth, shift your focus toward gratitude, and strengthen your mental resilience. Over time, you'll notice patterns in your thoughts, and you'll learn to approach challenges with greater calm and confidence. If this resonates, let's affirm it together. Comment below, "I find clarity through reflection." By doing this, you're making a commitment to pause, reflect, and take control of your inner world. In the next section, we'll explore the Stoic practice of gratitude, one of the simplest yet most effective ways to combat anxiety and depression. Stay with me, because this will change the way you see your life. Number 7. Practicing gratitude. When was the last time you paused to appreciate what you already have? In a world that constantly pushes us to want more, it's easy to forget how much we've been given. The Stoics believed that gratitude was one of the most powerful antidotes to anxiety and depression. Seneca wrote, "Nothing is more honorable than a grateful heart." Why? Because gratitude shifts your focus from what's lacking to what's abundant. When you focus on what you have instead of what you don't, your mind becomes a place of peace rather than longing. Think about it. Anxiety often comes from worrying about the future, what you might lose, what might go wrong. Gratitude pulls you back to the present moment. It reminds you of the blessings that surround you, even in difficult times. Here's a simple practice. Every morning or evening, write down 3 things you're grateful for. They don't have to be big. Something as small as a warm cup of coffee or a conversation with a friend can shift your mindset. The key is to really feel the gratitude as you write it. The beauty of this practice is that it rewires your brain over time. You start to notice more of the good in your life, and the anxious voice in your head becomes quieter. Gratitude doesn't erase life's challenges, but it gives you the strength to face them. Let's affirm this together. Comment below, "I am grateful for the life I live." By saying this, you're choosing to focus on abundance instead of scarcity, just as the Stoics taught. Next, we'll dive into the heart of Stoic philosophy, the role of virtue in achieving true happiness. Stick with me, because this is where everything comes together. Number 8. The role of virtue in happiness. What does it mean to live a truly happy life? The Stoics believed that happiness doesn't come from wealth, fame, or external success. It comes from living a life of virtue. In their eyes, the only true path to peace and fulfillment is to align your actions with the 4 cardinal virtues: wisdom, courage, justice, and temperance. Marcus Aurelius said, "If it is not right, do not do it. If it is not true, do not say it." This reflects the Stoic belief that happiness isn't about what happens to you. It's about how you choose to respond and the values you live by. Virtue is the foundation of a life that is both meaningful and resilient. Let's break it down. Wisdom helps you make sound decisions, guided by reason rather than emotion. Courage gives you the strength to face challenges, no matter how intimidating they seem. Justice reminds you to act fairly and treat others with kindness and integrity. Temperance teaches you self-control, so you're not enslaved by your impulses. When you live according to these virtues, you stop being at the mercy of external events. Anxiety and depression lose their grip because your sense of worth isn't tied to things you can't control. It's rooted in the choices you make every day. Here's a practical step. Each morning, ask yourself, what virtues can I embody today? At the end of the day, reflect on how well you lived by them. This habit will guide your actions and bring you a deeper sense of fulfillment. Let's affirm this together. Comment below, "I live a life of virtue and strength." By writing this, you're committing to the Stoic path of inner peace and true happiness. In the next section, we'll tie everything together and explore how these principles can free you from anxiety and depression. The path to freedom is closer than you think. Stay with me. Number 9. The path to freedom from anxiety and depression. So, how do we put it all together? How do these ancient Stoic principles lead us out of the darkness of anxiety and depression and into a life of peace and resilience? It starts with recognizing that freedom isn't found in changing your external circumstances. It's found within you. The Stoics taught us that we can't control what happens to us, but we can control how we respond. Anxiety thrives when we try to control the uncontrollable, but when we focus on our perceptions, our actions, and our virtues, we take back our power. Imagine a life where your peace isn't shaken by life's challenges, where you face setbacks not with fear, but with courage, where your happiness doesn't depend on fleeting circumstances, but on the person you choose to be. That life is possible when you practice Stoicism. Here's what the journey looks like. You start by mastering your perception, recognizing that most of your suffering comes from within. Then you focus on what you can control and let go of what you can't. You embrace discomfort, knowing it strengthens you. You prepare yourself with negative visualization, finding peace even in uncertainty. You align yourself with nature, accepting life's cycles instead of resisting them. You reflect daily, journaling to clear your mind and grow in self-awareness. You practice gratitude, shifting your focus to the abundance in your life. And you live a life of virtue, building happiness on a foundation that can't be shaken. Each of these steps builds on the others, creating a mindset that is resilient, calm, and unshakable. Anxiety and depression don't disappear overnight, but they lose their power as you strengthen your inner world. If this journey resonates with you, let's affirm it one last time. Comment below, "I am unshakable." By saying this, you're declaring your commitment to this path and reclaiming your peace. And before you go, remember this. You have everything you need to overcome anxiety and depression. The wisdom of the Stoics is timeless, and now it's yours to use. If this video inspired you, please like it, subscribe to Stoic Blessing, and turn on notifications so you don't miss any future insights. Together, we'll continue walking this path of strength, peace, and purpose. Thank you for watching. Stay strong, stay virtuous, and I'll see you in the next video.